In today's world, success is often measured by what we own. We're encouraged to buy more, spend more, show more. When it comes to spending extra money on non-essential items, some luxuries cost more than others, and of course, even what counts as a luxury is different from person to person. But what if real wealth lies in what we don't see? This is the story of using money wisely, and the silent power it holds.
The world economy is in free fall, on the brink of recession. But 20-year-old Amanda Nabulsi couldn't care less.
Professor David Hyland of a new trend amongst millennials.
You don't really want to buy things that you can't afford. One of the things that credit cards do is that they can make it very easy for us to do that.
According to a recent Bankrate study, only 1/3 of millennials have credit cards.
With a credit card, they need to have more discipline and they have to organize better and be diligent to pay it off.
Claudia Garcia's 2 daughters rely solely on debit cards.
Paying with a debit card, it's already done deal. It's like a snapshot.
Debit cards that can build some good discipline and help people to save.
Dr. Hyland says if you got the discipline and can pay your credit cards off in time, then you should get one by high school. That way you start building credit.
They can sit down and go through the statement every month, start developing some good financial habits while they're still in the house.
Dr. Hyland says you can also build credit by paying regular bills like utilities.
Amanda's typical of Generation Y, those aged between 18 and 28. She still lives at home, has no bills to pay. She earns $35,000 a year and happily blows every cent.
You love it, that's it, get it. Don't have hesitations about it, don't have second thoughts.
What, whack it on the card?
Yeah, and pay it off later. It's like a take-home lay-by.
Have you ever wished to earn more money without putting much effort? Or are you concerned about saving enough for retirement and your child's education? There is a simple way to accomplish all these things if you are willing to learn how to put your money to work for you. It is called compounding, and it can help you exponentially grow your money over a period of time. So, let us look everything into the power of compounding and how can you incorporate it with your investments. What is compounding? Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. The word compounding means that the initial returns or interest that you earned on investment becomes part of the invested capital or principal. Compounding takes place when the returns or interest generated on the principal amount in the first period is added back to the principal amount in order to calculate the interest for the following periods. Thus, it creates a chain reaction by generating returns on the returns as long as your money remains invested in the financial instrument. There are 2 types of interest, one is simple interest and the other one is compound interest. Simple interest is paid only on the money you save or invest, i.e. the principal capital. How does compounding help in wealth accumulation? The biggest thing that investors should appreciate in compounding is the value of the time it requires. As your returns or interests themselves start earning, the profit on your investment starts piling up at a much faster pace. The bottom line. Compounding simply means the interest earned on interest, which leads to substantial growth in investments and savings over the course of time. The best way to take advantage of the power of compounding is to start saving and investing wisely as early as possible. The earlier you start investing, the greater will be the benefit of compounding.
The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, if you buy things for far below what they're worth, and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
Warren Buffett is reportedly worth over $100 billion. From a shy boy selling Coca-Cola door to door, to molding Berkshire Hathaway into a billion-dollar empire, the Oracle of Omaha has remained as one of the richest men in the world.
I'm not recommending that people buy stocks today or tomorrow or next week or next month. I think it all depends on your circumstances, but you shouldn't buy stocks unless you expect, in my view, you expect to hold them for a very extended period, and you are prepared financially and psychologically to hold them the same way you would hold a farm and never look at a quote. You don't need to pay attention to them.
Investing is simple, but not easy. Warren Buffett. This famous quote by the world's most successful long-term investor neatly sums up why some people struggle to make decent returns from investments. Investing is indeed simple in principle. An investment is an exchange of your cash for some other type of asset in the expectation that it will either return you more cash, increase in value, or ideally, a combination of the two. The not easy part is deciding what assets to buy, and when. Which leads us back to Buffett. Look at market fluctuations as your friend rather than your enemy. Profit from folly rather than participate in it. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. Here are 6 key financial lessons Buffett taught his own children, and that any parent can pass on to theirs. 1. Start early. Buffett has long emphasized the importance of teaching financial literacy from a young age. 2. The value of saving, even small amounts. Buffett teaches that even small amounts of savings can grow over time, thanks to the power of interest. Saving even a little bit of money on a regular basis pays off, Buffett said in Secret Millionaires Club. Instead of spending money on a soda, which you don't really need, put it in savings, and it will make even more money for you by earning interest. 3. Develop smart spending habits. One of the first financial lessons kids should learn is how to differentiate between needs and wants. Buffett suggests a simple exercise: ask your kids to make a list of things they want to buy. Then, go through each item together and determine whether it's a necessity or a luxury. By instilling this habit early, parents can help their children develop better spending habits as they grow. 4. Build your skills, grow your wealth. Buffett, a lifelong learner, often emphasizes the importance of self-education. The best investment you can make is in yourself, he said in a Secret Millionaires Club episode. The more you learn, the more you'll earn. 5. Encourage an entrepreneurial mindset. Buffett started making money at just 6 years old, selling packs of gum and bottles of Coke for a profit. Encouraging kids to explore their own business ideas, whether it's a lemonade stand or an online store, helps them understand financial principles early on.
Where does Gen Y's $60 billion in debt in Australia now fit into the global financial meltdown that's happening now?
That's the poisonous icing on top of a very poisonous cake. The cake was going to sink anyway, and the icing is going to drive it down even further.
Every day, we're bombarded with messages telling us that spending equals happiness. The result? Rising debt, fleeting satisfaction, and financial stress. We spend emotionally. Shopping gives a temporary high. But when that fades, the anxiety sets in. Making ends meet has become a challenge for many Americans, with 42% reporting they aren't able to live within their means, according to a recent study by Wells Fargo. Our addiction to fast fashion is a societal one. It is a complex issue with far-reaching consequences for both individuals and the planet. By raising awareness, practicing mindful consumption, and seeking support when needed, we can take meaningful steps towards breaking free from the grip of this toxic industry and creating a more sustainable future for fashion. The sustainable fashion that we defend at Voice Ireland starts from the environmental protection but encompasses so much more, advocating for the well-being of the people that make it but also the ones who buy it and wear it.
Would that be debit or credit, miss? Debit. Debit, okay.
There are now more transactions with debit cards than with credit cards.
Debit cards right now are growing almost 3 times as fast as credit card usage is in the United States.
I have a 12-ounce single espresso.
Because of the uncertainty that surrounds credit cards, consumers are abandoning their credit products for debit cards.
Norma, your vanilla latte is up.
Meet the money wise. They don't always drive flashy cars or wear designer brands. But they sleep well, live free, and grow wealth quietly.
A minimalist person is someone who seeks simplicity, usefulness, and clarity. They pursue a lifestyle that focuses less on material possessions and more on what they value in life, what makes them happy. They don't get bogged down by non-essentials and focus on enjoying what really matters to them. There are many benefits to being a minimalist person, such as improved mental health, less stress, and more time for things we truly enjoy. People who have a minimalist mindset have their eyes opened up to the beauty of simplicity. They know that too much of anything is just not needed, and they won't settle for less when it comes to their essentials, including peace of mind. They prefer to live a simple life, instead of getting lost in the hustle and bustle of things that may not matter. Whether it's relationships, careers, or hobbies, minimalists seek depth over breadth. They would rather have a few close friends than a large group of acquaintances. They would instead do one thing better than many things mediocrely. This isn't to say that minimalists don't like variety, but they realize that they can only give so much attention to any one thing. And they would instead focus that attention on a few things that are important to them, rather than spreading themselves too thin.
The new rich don't chase money. They guide it. They don't impress others. They invest in themselves. Anyone can be rich for a moment. But wisdom, that lasts. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start today. Be money wise.
When people say, oh, I want to be like you, I want to be an actor, I want to look like you, the question I always ask them is why? Like, really, why? And people, and especially America, this idea of fame, that to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy.